So I've never done this before, actually not this way. So if you can see me and hear me okay, Audrey says you're here. Janielle, Kara, Sabrina, Siobhan, Tina, welcome. Zoom user, I don't know who that is. Yeah, just type me out where you're from. Let me know where you're from. I'd love to connect with you. My name is Dan, by the way, and I'm going to be actually covering this. Hopefully it shouldn't take more than 45 minutes to 60 minutes. We did this once more. The people who attended it absolutely loved it. So if you guys are all coming in from Latino Tax, the event, congratulations on hopping over here. Excited to have you on. So super, super excited to get started here at the top of the hour. We're going to started here in about 2 minutes or so, 2 or 3 minutes. Let me know if you all can hear me okay. Type it in the chat if my audio is okay. I can't see anything here. Can't see any comments or anything, but if you have some comments in the chat, put it here so that way I can hear you. I can see you or see your comments. I can't see any of you or I can't hear any of you. So I've never done a Zoom webinar, so I'm not actually sure how this works. So I've always just done a Zoom meeting. So it's a different process entirely. So if you can see me, all right, cool. I can hear you. Perfect. Now, where's everybody coming in from? Just let me know where you're coming in from so I know, who I'm addressing and and also what business do you guys run? So I know who I'm addressing. And also when I go through the presentation, I know what I'm, where I can help you the most at. Okay. All right, very cool. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. By the way, this training is absolutely free. There's nothing to sell at the end of it. I have nothing to sell you. I'm here to serve you. It's super exciting. That's why I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just rock out. I'm here to give you as much value as possible. Put your credit cards away. There's nothing to buy here. Even if you wanted to, I wouldn't allow it, right? So I'm here to give you 100% value. And yeah, so let's see here. What business you all serve? Awesome. New York, Chicago. Can't hear Sabrina. So let me see here. I'm waiting here for a second. Let me just double check if I have any of my panelists on here with me. So Ruth should be jumping on here. Come on. I can hear you now. All right, cool. So everybody can hear me. Looks like someone can't hear me. So we got Danita. Welcome, Danita. I'm going to shout everybody out here. Jonielle, Kara, Sabrina, Siobhan, Tina, Zoom owner, and let me see here. I'm just going to go ahead and welcome. What's going on, everybody? So I see you, Louisiana. Awesome. I can do the chat. It's disabled. So it looks like everybody can hop on. We got some people on here already. Let me just make sure I can get Ruth on. She's going to be making sure I stay on track here. And give me 1 second. I'll be right there. We're going to start just a little bit late. All right. Let's see. Okay, cool. We got a lot more people popping on. There's Rich. Welcome, Rich. Let me see here. Where is Ruth? A sec. Okay. All right, let's rock and roll. I'm ready to rock and roll, everybody. Who's ready to rock and roll? Type in the chat if you're ready to rock this joint. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, cool. So let's make this, make it really valuable for everybody here. I want to make sure it's super valuable for everyone here. So this is going to be like an engagement webinar training. I'm not here to sell you anything. There's nothing to buy at the end of this webinar. It's not one of those hype you up and get you excited and then buy something. Absolutely not. It's here to give you value. And at the end of it, obviously, if it helps you at the end of it, actually, I'm going to give you guys, if you stay to the end and just watch the whole training with me, I'm going to give you my 9-word email. So this one email right here is my best performing email to get new clients to pay me high dollar. Okay. And so we use this in every industry I've worked in, we've used this same email to some extent, changed it up a little bit. And at the end, I'm going to show you how you can get access to that 9-word email. I'm going to give it to you absolutely free, no charge of it. Okay. So hopefully you guys all stay to the end. Who wants that email? You can send out to your clients here. So Kara, looks like Zoom user. All right, cool. Very cool. So we got 15 people on right now. I'm going to go ahead and get jumping in already. So also, if you're coming from Latino Tax, the event, just shout it out right now. I wasn't there, unfortunately. So, I wasn't able to experience the amazingness of it. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So we got We got Ruth on and Rich is on. Okay, so Ruth and Rich are going to be on here. They're going to be helping me facilitate this presentation so that you guys get most value out of it. And let's just keep the questions, probably type them in the chat, but let's keep them to the end of the presentation so that we can get through it all and in a good time frame. Okay. So let's rock and roll. I'm going to share with you. Can everyone see my screen now? Just type in the chat here. Can everyone see my screen? Got it. Sweet. Well, we got 20 people on right now. Very, very cool. I'm going to share with you, hopefully in the next 45 to 60 minutes, I'm going to share with you how to streamline your entire marketing system without having to worry about tech, landing pages, managing ads, even if you don't know where to start. I'm going to share that with you, hopefully over this time frame. And let's get right into it. Okay, so who this training is for? So this training is for experts who people who are great at what they do, experts in their field, and want to be known as the go-to person. So I'm going to stop my video here so that way I don't get lost. This is also for business owners with a message to share. Okay, this is for people who are looking to get their name out there for what they do and who they help, all while making an impact and income. Okay, so majority of you here are tax professionals, either tax pros, tax business owners, CPAs, EAs. If that's you right now, you're in the right place. Okay. So now this is not for, I'm going to be very clear about who it's not for. This is not for a person that just wants to be known as a tax person. All right. And the reason why I say that is because tax people don't typically get paid a lot, paid what they're worth. Right. But the people that can help people make a lot of money or get a lot of money or save a lot of money are known differently. Okay. So I'm going to talk you through how that's explained a little bit more in detail and why you want to position yourself as a money expert rather than a tax professional. Okay. And so this is not for people who don't want to get their name out there, who don't like to meet people, who don't like people or just want to keep themselves private and their expertise to themselves. This is not for amateurs, people who are just getting started. This isn't for people who are just trying to get rich, quick. Like anything worth having, it's not going to be easy or fast. It's going to take some work. I'll be upfront with you. I'm not trying to lie to you and say this is going to be like, you turn something on and instantly all the money's going to come into your account. That's not how business is run. And hopefully by now you already understand that. This isn't people who aren't willing to invest time or money. In this case, it's just time. I'm not asking for your money. But obviously as it grows your business, you're going to require some type of money, right? You're going to require, and if you're just trying to cut corners so that you can get discounts on things, then, typically your clients are going to do the same thing to you. So, that's not for you if that's what you're trying to do. However, I'm going to share with you the shortcuts to really scale. Okay. And people who just think they know it all. So, I talk to some people and they think they know everything under the sun, which, it's cool. It's cool. If they know everything, they don't need us. Right. But if you think you know everything, that this is probably not for you. That's just not what it is. Right. Okay, cool. So who am I? Who's this guy? My name is Dan and people call me, my name is Daniel Tapia, but people call me Dan. And, I'm the co-founder of, and chief marketing officer of the Genius Marketing System. Okay. Who am I? Right. I'm also the same guy that graduated with honors. I was actually once the fittest man on campus, but now I'm not. Obviously, if you see me now, you'd be like, oh my gosh, never understood that. I'm a family man. I'm a faith-based entrepreneur. I'm also the same guy I'll share with you right now, but I'm not going to go super deep into my backstory, give you all this nuts and bolts about my backstory, but basically I went broke. I've gone beyond broke. I mean, some of you all probably been there, right? Where you had less money than you did when you were young, when you were born, right? I went there and, I lost everything. My girlfriend left me. My son didn't want to spend any time with me. I had no job, no income, contemplated death daily. It was just so bad. It was so horrible. But I've also been in direct response marketing for the last 7 years or so. I've worked with brands like Daymond John. I've been a marketing strategist to $1 million and multi-million-dollar brands. I've managed over $400,000 profitably in just the last 10 months. I've helped my clients generate millions of dollars. And we've managed and helped work over 100,000 leads. All right. Just in the last 60 days, I'll be honest with you, we did about 40,000 messages. All right. So, you figure out a lot of things when you just do messages for 40,000 people, you'll start to realize things really, really quickly. When I first started out in this journey, I'll be honest with you, to get business, which most of you probably have had this issue. I struggled. Like I would just say yes to everybody who had a credit card, or in this case, anybody who said yes to me and said, You know, when you probably started out, you're like, hey, anybody that wants to work with me, come on down, right? I'm doing $50 less than everybody else, but, you know, I'm doing 10% more. And, you know, I was seeing some success. Most of you probably saw some success, but I'm failing most of the time. I'd get a client, lose a client, get another client, lose them. It was just like an endless cycle. And I was spending so much time trying to fix everything that, you know, I fixed nothing. Most of you probably been there where you're probably putting all your hands in everything. You're like trying to fix everything and hold everything together, making sure it doesn't break. And then you're just my health was declining. I was always stressed. I just couldn't figure it out. And, you know, I'd get angry at friends and family for like literally nothing, absolutely nothing, right? I would pretty much beg people to become clients, lowering my prices almost to nothing in order to get their business, right? Because, you know, people looked at it, you know, as the more volume, the more sales. But what you don't realize, or what I didn't realize at the time, was more sales didn't equal more freedom. It meant more problems. So what I realized, and I'll share that with you here, hopefully, that, you know, I wasn't even trying to make money at the time. I just wanted to say I had clients, right? I just wanted to grow a big thing, something really, really big and awesome. But really deep down, the reason why I was doing all that stuff is because I just didn't want to be, you know, viewed as a failure. So I'll just keep going. And then I realized there was either two things that could happen at this point. Number one was figure this stuff out or get a 9-to-5 job, which, you know, I ended up doing the 9-to-5 job, to be honest with you. But as it turned out, it just couldn't cut it, right? Couldn't wait for things to come to me. I realized I was a doer. And as most of you probably on this training right now are that. You realize that you're a doer. You make things happen, right? And you want to know one thing I learned throughout this whole process of going through these trials and these problems and just losing money, making money, losing money. I realized that there was this one missing component that most people never figured out. And it cost me thousands of dollars to figure this out. I figured out that the top entrepreneurs in the world figured out this one thing that I saw every time when I was working on $1 million brands. They had a predictable client acquisition system, a marketing system that they knew how to get clients like clockwork. They knew what they need to do, what levers they needed to pull to continue to get new clients, right? And I realized this, you know, seriously, what separated people from making 10, 20, 30,000 a month, or even 100, 200, 300,000 was that they knew exactly where their next clients were going to come from and how to get more of them like clockwork, right? And, you know, after doing this for years, you know, I thought I would have figured it out. It wasn't actually until, guys, I'll be honest with you, everybody here, about 2017, I was involved with Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins. Does anybody know who those guys are? Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. Do you know who those guys are? Just type them here in the chat if you're familiar with those names, or even Tony Robbins, right? So I realized that, you know, I was an affiliate for them, and I realized that they shared the marketing system behind one of the biggest launches in internet history. And the reason why I'm sharing internet history is because, you know, this is where the world's going right now with what's going on in the world, like the shift of the economy. And you all are probably experiencing it. If you didn't already, in 2019, I talked to so many tax business owners that they had to push into virtual, or they had to like maneuver and change the way that they do business because like the way that the world's working, right? And I realized that, hold on, let me see here. They didn't disappoint. That launch itself did 16,000 customers at $2,000 a pop. $2,000 a person at 16,000 customers. That absolutely changed the game for me, right? And I was like, how do I replicate this marketing system, right? And then I realized every marketing campaign, everything that we do is a system, right? The business functions as a level of systems. And so I downloaded every email. I saw everything. I watched, documented everything they did, how they did it, what they said, how they said it. And it just all started clicking for me. And then I was like, okay, now I figured out how to predictably get clients, right? And then I did what every entrepreneur should be doing. If you're an entrepreneur right now, you should be doing is you should learn it and take massive action on the idea, right? Like literally don't even ask anything else, just go and do it, right? And so I reached out to, you know, at the time, mentor David. I said, let's figure something out. Let's partner on this. And he's like, whatever, let's see what you got. And then, you know, within 30 days, we actually ended up generating $42,000 in cash collected just from an idea. At that time, our whole life was changed. I validated a marketing process, and David validated he was an expert that people wanted to do business with, right? Outside of just like, hey, I do taxes, right? He wanted to validate that there was another way that people looked at him. And so imagine for everybody here, if you can find a way or knew a way of predictably generating clients when you want, how many of you would be cool with like that happening in your business, or at least understanding how that would work, right? Because the first thing that comes, you have to know how to do it, or know what you want to do, then how, and then, implementing it. Okay, knowing how to create a marketing system changed my view on business and life, right? I looked at everything. And some of you probably already have this mentality as a system, a cogs in a machine to make things work and change things out that weren't working. And that's how we started to like literally scale companies exponentially, but just by figuring out what are the systems that are breaking, and what are the systems that make us money, take money, and what are the systems that make everything happen, right? And so once I knew the system, I knew I can apply to anyone, any business model, and help them create momentum in their business, free up cash flow, and then streamline their client acquisition process. Okay, and it didn't just work for us. I'm going to share with you, really, it worked for other companies, and we showed them how to, predictably grow their company, right? So this is right here. This was in a 30-day period. See that we generated $60,000 in cash collected. Here in this launch right here, I think it was in a 5-day period here. We did $30,000, right? And I know, I get it. Everybody here is probably like, yeah, I don't care. Just show me how I'm able to do this, right? Some of you right now are probably like, what the freak, right? So the solution is really to streamline your marketing system. You need to create predictability and know how to scale. But the way to do that is really 3 things. There's really only 3 things that allow this to happen. And I'm going to share with you, kind of break each one of them apart and then break them into smaller components. Okay. So is that cool if I do that with you, for the foreseeable next 30 minutes or so? Is that cool? Go ahead and type here in the chat if it's cool if I share that with you all. Zarina. Yeah. So type that in here in the chat if that's cool if I share that with you. Okay, cool. So I see some people already here tapping in the chat. Very cool. Very cool. So first, let me show you what you're probably doing. And maybe you're doing this the wrong way. And it's important to identify it now, because where most people really never achieve life is thereafter, is because, it's probably the same problem that we're facing, both of you are facing right now, me and you, is we all think that our product should sell itself. We think that customer service, right? Customer service, sales, and how long you've been in business is the reason why people come to you and pay you, right? And the reason why you probably believe that is because your business has been built on referrals, right? But what happens when the referrals dry up and you can't tap into any of the existing clients and tell them, hey, come here, hey, I'll give you $50 if you refer a friend, right? What happens when that runs out? What do you do then, right? Where do you go? A lot of people come to us when that happens because they don't know where else to go. They've tapped out the current client base and they don't know what to do. So, they come to us and they're like, what do we do next, right? So how do we really narrow this down? How do we narrow down what I just mentioned to you before? Positioning, packaging, promotion. Okay. We create a simple process that help people know who we are and what we do, how we do it, and, basically confirms their ideas about us. So how do we do that? Okay. It's very simple. Wherever your clients are, simply rebrand yourself to help serve them. For an example, and I'm sharing this with you realistically, I'm sharing this with you all transparently. This can be done not only yourself, but this will also be done with your tax preparers, right? So whoever has a team, this can be done with their tax team as well, okay? And just everybody has their own stuff, right? So for an example, look at David. There's 4 components that I share here. Is everybody okay here? I don't see any chats here. Okay. So the first thing, your Facebook profile, for an example, David Perez, right? The example was given. There's 4 components to a good profile. And think of this now as your new, your Facebook profile. Think of it more now as your new business card. Think about it as the new way of the business card, right? Because everybody goes to your Facebook profile and they stalk you and they look over your stuff. And let's just be honest, like most people message you and they say, hey, I need taxes this year. And you're like, yeah, sure. Call me around December or call me around January. I'll help you out. Right. But they're all like kind of just people that you've hung out with in the past, and they're just the same people. Right. So how do you get new people in here? Well, basically you first need to rebrand yourself so that they know who to look for. So for an example, David Perez, right? So clean name, right? It's a clean name. These are 4 components that I use to you really help optimize a profile so that it's inviting to the new prospects. Okay, this is very important. When you are starting to go out and market yourself or market your business, you need to optimize it so that when your client, your new prospect comes to you, it confirms what you do, who you do it for, how you do it, and converts them into a message or into, you know, a lead. Okay. And so the first thing that I tell people when I work with them, I tell them, fix this right here. Make sure this does not say anything like, you know, La Chula or something like that. It's okay, right? I get it. I get why you would put that. But realistically, your new clients, you know, if you're doing anything less than, you know, $100,000, $30,000 a month, you should be having a nice profile that's clean, right? So David says his name clearly. And it shows also what he stands for, right? He has his wife and him right there. So he's like doing things in the world. So another thing that I would tell you is make sure your clean background, whether that be your like, you know, maybe you and your wife or you and your kids, something, right? Some nice clean image back there, because if you're trying to attract high-level clients, well, high-level clients, you know, they're going to be turned away by, you know, if you put like a cartoon in the back, right? And then number 3, so it's 1, okay, 2, 3, right? This image right here, don't put anything besides you smiling, right? Put a picture of a face. I can't tell you how many people I see and I talk to that they don't have a face in their profile. But what's the one thing, like if you go into a Facebook group, let's just say I go into a Facebook group right now and it helps tax business owners. And then, you know, for whatever reason, I go in there and I say, hey, I need help with something. And you go to this page, you click on their profile, which everybody does, by the way, right? You can now all admit it. And you see here that it has no image. What do you immediately do? Oh, shoot, that's a bot, right? But what if you put a picture of yourself? There's been studies about this that show like people's face, the earliest recognition or the earliest cognitive function of a baby is recognizing a face. Okay, like facial recognition is the first thing that babies learn, which is like, it should be second nature to us, but for some reason we want to post anything but ourselves, right? But really, people do business with people, not with brands typically, you know, but typically they'll do the business with you and then they'll get invested into the brand. Okay, so that's the 3 things. So first your Facebook here, your background image, and then your clean profile image right here. Then your image, this is a 4th thing that I look for, is I help them. You need to make sure you talk about who you help and how you help them. I help tax business owners build a core team, attract new customers, and increase their revenue. So guess what? If he goes into a group and he posts and he says, hey, I grew my tax business to 7 figures or something, you know, and I'm looking for new ways to grow. Guess what? Everybody that saw that, that's interested in growing their tax business to 7 figures, are going to click on his profile, and guess what they're going to do? Boom, their eyes are going to go like this. Boom, 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 right? And then guess what? A certain percent of those people will follow his page and follow his stuff. And guess what? You get free promotion right here. Bada bing, bada boom, right? Like free promotion. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th thing I would look for here is make sure you're not just sharing a bunch of, let's just be honest with each other here. We're all business owners, right? Don't share a bunch of garbage on your Facebook, right? Just don't do it, right? You know, if you do, you can always share it with a friend, right? Like you can create like groups of friends, but just don't put it on your personal profile, right? For an example, right? If I'm talking to you about business and marketing and stuff like that and making money, well, I got to look like it, right? How you look is how you attract. Right. So this is why $1 million brands work with me, is because, you know, obviously they see this, they see a clean profile. And then when they see, you know, I have a pretty affluent right here, you know, I help you create a predictable marketing system that'll help you scale guaranteed. This is all things that are like triggers for my ideal client that they'll look at and they'll say, oh my gosh, like that guy, it's worth the conversation. That's all it takes. Okay, this is another one. This is Michael Burt. I'm just using it as an example, just because it's easy to understand. Some of you may know Michael Burt. He's a coach right? He's a coach here, Coach Michael Burt. And I share this with you because some of you probably know him. If you don't, you probably know of him. You've probably heard about him. Chris Colley, here's a client of ours. We helped hers. And then, so really, the upsides of this is it's just so easy to do. Seriously. If you want, you can go back here and just screenshot this process right here. I'd invite you to screenshot right here. This is why I say it's a value-packed webinar, because I'm giving you the keys, right? These are the first things when I tell a client, when they come on to me and they say, okay, what's the first thing I need to do? Clean up your profile, right? That's the fastest path to cash, really. It's honestly the fastest path. And it's organic, right? So you can just like make a post and you don't have to pay for advertising at first. Now, obviously, if you're doing well over like $30,000, $50,000, I'd probably restructure the strategy and tell you like, hey, we should go into ads because, you know, it makes sense. But really, if you just focus on 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, you know, the post you make right here, you already set yourself up for success. You position yourself correctly with the right person. Is that making sense to everybody here? You could type in the chat now. Like I said, this is an interactive training. It's not here just for me to sit and talk. Okay, cool. Here we go. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So it looks like here, I don't know how to read this, to be honest with you, everybody. Yes, it does. Okay, Joan says it makes sense. All right, cool. I actually never done a Zoom webinar, so I actually don't know how to read the chat, but I see that there's messages coming through. Okay, cool. So that's there. Ooh. Let me clear all these drawings here. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Okay, so now I get it. Some of you right now are listening in or just paying attention. They're like, Dan, but my personal profile isn't for business, right? My business isn't personal, right? It's vice versa. I don't have a lot of people following me, right? The truth is, really, if you're doing less than $30,000 a month, you can't afford to not use your personal profile. I know it's a bold statement to say, but your customers now and in the future are moving more and more to people more than they are to brands. It's like the saying goes, people don't work with people, people don't work with brands, they work with people, right? If you think your customer or your prospect doesn't confirm you're legit by looking you up, then you're pretty naive at this point, because the day where you can really run a business without people knowing who you are, it's basically over now. Like seriously, I mean, unless you're to the point where you're like the biggest person in your industry, that your brand is the best well-known, then you should be using, and if that's you, then you probably shouldn't be on here anyways, because you don't need our help. You're already too big, right? But if you're not, like, this is what you need to use, right? And it's like social currency is the most important keys to growth. Seriously, it's like Grant Cardone, whether you like him or you don't, it says, if they don't know me, they don't flow me. If they don't know who I am, they can't give me money, right? And the truth is, if they don't know who you are, they're not going to give you money. You know, now the question really becomes, do you want to partake in this or be left around and behind, right? Because there are people that are going to use this and get results. Okay, for example, David took action, worked with us, built his marketing system, help him package it, help him promote it, and then profit from, you know, the products and services he provides. You know, and he actually said here over the past 5 years using the marketing systems, we've generated well over $2 million. I think he mentioned $2.5 million, but, you know, I'll be conservative. Now that you've done that part, okay, that's step one, right? We've optimized your sales page and your sales process to get people to come to you. Now it's time to package what you do. It's time to package it up, okay? Because this is the biggest lever that if you do this today, you have a good offer, a phenomenal offer. It doesn't matter how long you've been in business. It doesn't matter what kind of ads you put up. It doesn't matter what buttons you put on your page or what website you have. If you can package an offer that makes sense to your ideal client, but enough to where they feel absolutely dumb saying no to you, then you'll win, right? And it's kind of like the saying goes, if, you know, I told this to a friend, I'll just be honest with you. I told this to a friend. I said, hey man, how come you don't go into this particular business? He says, oh, there's so much competition. I said, there's absolutely no competition. He goes, yes, there is. Look, everybody's doing this and this. I said, what are they not doing? Well, they're not working on Saturday and Sunday. Well, then work on Saturday and Sunday. You beat your competition. Do what they won't, because then you'll get all the clients that they don't have, right? And then you'll build your business based on that, right? So there's no competition if you look at it that way. Now, in terms of packaging your offer, it's really this. It's clarifying. So, I don't know where step one went. I think this is step one. Hang on, hang on. Give me 1 second. I lost a step here. Ooh, where did you go? Ooh, where did you go? Hang on, guys. 1 second. I have technical issues. Okay. Is everybody on the same page with me? Just making sure everybody's here. That way I don't mess you up. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. So people are on here. Got it. Okay, give me like 2 minutes. Okay, so this is out. Okay, there we go. There we go. I found it. Here we go. By the way, congratulations for everybody sticking on this far. You guys are rock stars. Okay, cool. So step one, the way that you do this is number one, identify who you want to work with, right? This is how you do this. Step one. The easiest way to do this, identifying who you want to work with, is write out a list of 5 of your best clients, who you work with, write down their character traits. Now, the reason why I say character traits is because it's like the more detailed you know this person, the easier it is for you to like say anything to them and they'll be like, oh, they know me, so let me give them money, right? What do they do for a living? What problem did they come to you to solve? And why do you like working with them? Now, I know it's very difficult for a lot of you here because you serve everybody and everyone, doing everything for everything, right? I get it. But if you were just to dial in 5 people that you just like, man, they light you up. They show up for you and you show up for them, and just like, I call them the energy producers, right? Because when you're in their presence, I mean, you just feel good about talking to them. And then, there's the opposite, right? And if you can't figure out who the best clients is, just write the anti-best clients, right? The ones you dislike working with, don't pay you anything, ask for everything, right? Write down that list and then write down the characteristics of them and then just do the opposite of that. Like, seriously, that's the simplest formula that I've given to most of my clients that do, multi-million dollars, right? And I don't say this to brag, but I'm sharing this with you so that you can grab the gravity of how important it is to really do this. Okay, so it's writing down your best clients and actually do this. Don't just sit here and just like take this information. Write down their character traits, what they do for a living, what problem they came to you to solve, and why you like working with them. Now, whether or not you work with us, this is what number one thing I start with every single person. I tell them to do this regardless. Everybody has to do this. Okay. So then step 2, what I do in terms of the offer part of it, I call it the pack and stack method. All right. Now, the biggest companies in the world, they itemize everything that they do. For an example, if you go get a new house and you pay a contractor, what they do is they give you a list of literally every single thing that they do, every nail, every board is accounted for. And then they give you a list and they give you a price and they say, this is what it is, right? And also, like, if you've ever watched an infomercial, if you've ever watched a late night commercial, like, the ShamWow commercial, you'll see it. This is what you get. Boom, boom, boom. This is what you get. You get this, you get this, you get this, you get this, because it builds up value. And the first time I ever did this, I didn't realize how powerful this was until I actually did this. And I felt like kind of weird. I'll be honest with you. I felt a little weird doing it. But then when I saw the client's eyes light up and I said, it's all these things you're going to get. They're like, oh my gosh. When I actually shared with them the price, they're like, all that for this? Now, how many of you would be okay with your client saying all that for this instead of saying, so can I get a discount? Because this person charges $120 and you're charging twice as much. How many would you be okay with that just having that conversation and that stress relief? How many would you be okay with that? Just that one thing, right? Would that be worth it? Like just learning this pack and stack method? just having that conversation literally like changed my life, right? And then, like I said, step 3 is label the entire thing with the outcome your prospect will get at the end, and then just label it system, challenge, blueprint, roadmap, framework, script, right? For an example, it could be the tax planning system, right? Or the tax reduction system. So for an example, if you're doing tax resolution, right? You would say the reduce your tax framework, the reduce your tax roadmap, right? And so you give that to them and your client looks at it as like, okay, now it's a real thing. It's tangible. That's how you take something untangible and make it tangible and valuable. So you don't have to be giving out shirts anymore, or, I mean, you can still do that, but you know, would a tax resolution system be more valuable than a shirt? Probably, right? The shirt will help you, you know, make them brand you forever. I get it. But this system right here, or like putting this name behind it, helps you tremendously. You don't even understand, right? Well, I didn't understand until I used it. And then explain the true value of what you're offering. Like split it up, right? Like if, let's say, for example, you do all this stuff by yourself, right? And I'll show you, right? And then show what it cost if they worked with you instead, right? So this is how you position, you know, like different prices, right? Like so that they can see it and they look at it and it's like, oh my gosh, right? So is it cool if I show you how we do ours? Is it cool? Like, do you guys want to see how I structured ours so you can kind of like understand how that works? I'm gonna, you know, I know how it works, but I don't know if you guys want to see how it works. Okay, cool. I got some yeses already. Cool. I want to share with you kind of how ours works so that way you can at least see, like, I know it's really conceptually, it's easy to understand, but I know it, right? I don't have to like show it to you guys, but I'm asking you because I know it, right? And I want to show you guys, like, conceptually, I know it makes sense, but I want you to see how it, like, really in action, how it works. Is that cool if I share that with you? Just raise your hand here. I know some of the chat is disabled for some people, but raise your hand. Okay, cool. I got everybody raising their hands on that one. Awesome. Okay, cool. So I guess it does work then. The Zoom. All right, cool. So basically, you know, if you want to know like how the Genius Marketing System works, look, this is how we structure ours, right? Number one, you get a custom launch call. So within the first week of joining, you know, this is basically what we do. We figure out what's your biggest bottleneck, and then we give you action items. So basically the typical, you know, way that we do this is we identify the offer, we refine it, like what I'm doing right now. I'm showing you how to create the offer. And then, you know, we help you structure it so make it dumb for the clients to say no to you for the price that you're going to give it to them, right? And then second, you get access to a client-only communication platform. This is where you'll have communication with you and your team, so we can constantly give you updates of where the project is, right? So that's the second thing they're going to get. Then we help you create a client acquisition system. And, you know, most of you right now, I'll be honest with you, I've talked to a lot of you one-on-one. The number one thing that that's the issue is that you need to, you know, you don't get customers consistently, right? And so what we do better than anybody else in the world, I believe, is that we help you build a client acquisition system. Basically, we help you structure from nuts to bolts, like the 3-step process. And there's really only 3 things inside of a client acquisition system. Okay, I'm gonna actually write them down because they're not here. So you might want to take notes on this. I didn't put this on the slide, but I'm going to put this for you because you guys are all here and you rock stars. So number one, there's only 3 things when it comes to a really good, like a really good system. So number one, it's the lead capture, right? How do you get leads? Capture. Sorry about my writing. Number 2, lead nurture, right? What do you do when you got a name? What do? You just like put them into somewhere or what? And then 3 is lead conversion. Okay. I don't know how to spell that. Okay. So there's really only 3 things to a really effective marketing system. How do you get the lead? How do you make that lead want to know more about your business? And then how do you convert that lead into a client? So we're like one of the best in the world, I believe, at creating these things, because that's what really turns the needle. Once you can figure out how do I capture leads, pretty simple. How do I nurture these leads? And then how do I convert these leads, right? It's pretty like, that's what we do. That's what we do better than anybody else, I believe, in the world. Okay. And that's the 3 things, you know, for that. Then you get access to our team's calendar. So this is part of a secret sauce as well. Like other companies, like you probably work with, they're like strictly only email. Don't talk to me. Just email me. You can actually hop on a call with any one of our team members that are specialized in different areas like marketing, sales, copywriting, tech, landing pages, emails, things like that. Number 5, you get access to a framework that a copywriting framework. Now, if you don't know this already, the way that you write, what you write, can literally can change the difference between people paying you $10 or complaining about paying you $10 or handsomely. You can easily ask for $10,000, right? Easily, if you position it the right way and say it to the right people. Okay. And so we'll give you the frameworks that can turn literally any piece of content into a cash machine. All right. There's about 5 to 7. I have to look back at it, but there's about 5 to 7 posts that you can post, whether on your LinkedIn, email, Facebook, Instagram. If you post these 5 to 7, I think they're posts, they'll get you clients. Like I've tested multiple different industries and it works, right? It's just a framework. So it comes down to that. And then number 6, what we help you provide is the data-driven confidence, right? One of the main difference between everybody else and kind of us is that we know our numbers, right? We know what it takes to scale. We know our numbers. We know what we're looking for. We know how to break down a data so that we understand how to go to the next level and key performance indicators so we can nail it and scale campaigns, right? For an example, like for us, we know it costs us about $1,500 to $1,800 to acquire a customer in a B2B world that can pay us, anywhere like from $2,000 to $25,000, right? Now with that kind of confidence, and it takes us about 8 to 12 days to convert that client. Now, with that kind of confidence, with that kind of understanding, what could your company really do, right? This is what we believe is we're like headhunters on data, right? Because numbers lie, numbers don't lie, people do. As far as numbers go, I'm a numbers guy. And then number 7 is we give you guys the landing pages, or whoever works with us, right? Our clients, we give them landing pages, we give them the text messages, we give them the emails, the ad creations, and we help them distribute it. So the hardest thing about everybody on here is not that they don't understand how to do marketing, or even that they're not a marketing genius, right? It's just that they don't know, they just don't have the time to do it, or they don't know when to do it when, right? It's a really reason why most people come to us is because they're like, we don't know what to do. And you guys have been doing this. So can we just tell you what we want and you guys just go out there and make it happen? And the answer is yes. And so really, this is what it would look like to cost, if you try to do all this on your own. A chief marketing officer, realistically in the world, $100,000, right? If you're a big business. A copywriter, someone that can write your sales for you, that you have, most of you right now are like, let me outsource everything. I get it, right? But if you're really going to outsource everything, this is the real cost, right? To get a copywriter, a real good one, $60,000. A media buyer, a real good one, $55,000. As a website developer, about 75 grand. A tech lead, these are really in high demand. I don't know why, but they're really expensive. Someone that can handle all your tech stuff. A content creator, about 40 grand, full time. These are, sales process consultant, someone that can break down everything for you. A data scientist, about 45 grand. Realistically, if you were to break all these things down into its nuts and bolts, it's about $500,000, right? And I understand most of you are doing all this by yourself. So you're like, no way. I don't even get paid that. I get it, but this is what the real world is paying. So now most of us, right? But don't worry, right? Genius, what we do is we don't even charge not even 1/40th of that price, and we guarantee results. So that's why I could say it was so confidently. Okay, and this is our almost unreal guarantee, right? If you decide to work with us, right, or we decide together to work together, after hopping on a call, we will 2x your investment, or we'll work for you for free until you do. Plus, you get to keep everything we create for you, right? How about that? Tell me anybody else that can stand behind the word and say that they'll do that for you. This is what I call, my friends, a really good offer, because I know the problems that you're facing, or not necessarily you specifically, but our clients that work with us, we know their problems, and we do everything we can to help them fix it. In addition, I didn't mention this here, and I'm sharing this with you, but we also help you follow up with all your leads. So for an example, if you bring someone into your process and you don't know how to communicate with them. We give you all the scripts. Not only give you the scripts, but we have someone like on our team full time, literally there to manage conversations that go between you and the client to get them to book calls with you. Like, I've looked around. I don't know anywhere else that does something like that. And that's why I'm, obviously, the reason why we're doing what we're doing, and results, right? So this is Melody. She used the same marketing system that you guys are looking at, or basically that we help our clients. She generated over $300,000 in trackable revenue just with one marketing system that we have provided for her. Obviously, I don't know if this works. So. Couldn't hear that. Totally screwed it up. Okay, so yeah, these guys right here, I know I screwed that up royally. I'm so sorry, guys. But basically, like financial services, right? Raul, he came to us. He was doing like 3K, I think a week. We took him all the way up to 10K a week, right? Within a matter of 4 weeks. Okay, I guess I don't know why these can't hear. This is Wendy Rhodes. She had came to one of our programs. She came and we helped her basically systematize, automate, and basically create a system for her to generate new clients like clockwork. Okay, cool. So this is David. This was Adam Tatunchi. Now I'm going to go through all that, right? I can go through all that. Now, if you do want this, at this point, you see all this stuff. I can go through all these. I can do tons of different testimonies, but I know that's not what you're here, right? Now, if you guys want, and you want me to see if I can help you or point you in the right direction, I'm going to have my team put in the chat right now and schedule a breakthrough call. And basically what I want to do on that call is I just want to see if or how we can work together. And like I said, we say no to probably like 70% of the people. And the reason is because there's nothing worse than getting someone to say yes to you when it's like pulling teeth, right? And the reason why you guys are here is because you're trying not to work harder and harder. You're trying to work with the right people that can pay you what you're worth. And, this is what we teach our people is like, if you have enough flow that you can say realistically, like no to 70% of the people and only handpick who you want to work with, I mean, what would your life look like? And you can stay super profitable on the top end of it, right? And that's really what we help most of our clients provide with a fully built out thing, okay? Now, let me see here. I'm just gonna have Ruth, are you still on here? See if Ruth can, Ruth, if you're still on here, can you put the breakthrough session link here so people can schedule? Or Rich? Okay. So they're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to continue because I want to make sure that I stay with the time here. I know I'm going to go a little bit over, but this is the number 3, right? Number 3 is promotion. Okay. Oftentimes, here's the hardest thing for most people to do. It's hard to do a promotion strategy. And the reason is because it takes time. It's like, it takes some time to do realistically. However, I learned that there's really only 3 things that make up a great promotion. Okay, 3 things. This you want to take down. Okay, this I learned directly from Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins, Tony Robbins, multi-billionaire kind of guy. I learned this from them. Okay, this is what makes a great promotion strategy. And you probably experienced this in the tax industry, you just haven't dialed it in or you haven't realized it, and not enough to systematize it or structure it in a way that makes sense. Okay. Number 1 is an anticipation phase, which like for most people here are, tax professionals. Let me see here. I don't see the link. I can't access the chat. Ruth or Rich, can you help me out here with the link? Can you help our people here with the link? So really, this is the hardest part for most people. Okay, this is what makes a great promotion. Number 1, it's an anticipation phase, okay, which is about, most people can't access the chat. I don't know what to do with the link, guys. We have to, Okay, so it's the anticipation phase. In the anticipation phase, what happens is it's about 1 to 5 days. Now, what happens during this is it's really just simple like this. Hey, something's coming, right? Or I'm going to do something I've never done before. Or there's a new program that I'm going to be rolling out. Okay, now whether your clients know this or not, most people don't, because you keep it in your head. Most of us right now, let's be realistic. We all think that everybody knows what we do and how we do it and who we do it for and everything that we provide. But the truth is only probably 1% of your clients know that. The other 99% of clients don't know that you offer, if you're a tax professional and you offer credit or you offer insurance or you offer tax resolution or you offer tax planning or you offer accounting bookkeeping. Most of your clients don't know this. As much as you probably think everybody knows, I'll be honest with you, many of them don't. So the anticipation could really just be something similar to, hey, I'm gonna be doing something here in the next 2 days. Stay tuned. Hey, tomorrow I'm gonna be announcing something. Who wants me to notify them when it goes live? Okay, cool. Hey, today's the day. I'm looking for 5 business owners with tax debt that owe $10,000 or more to the IRS. I'm offering them a free session to share with them how they can get that eliminated almost completely. Okay. And it's literally that simple, guys. And then you close it off. Hey, I already talked to 5 people. I only have 3 more times on my calendar this week. So if you're in, just, comment I'm in or message me I'm in so that we can get on a calendar this week because, I'll be out of town. There's always a situation where you can close this off and you don't have to close it off forever. You could just say this month, I'm not going to be taking on 5 more people. And what you've probably been told in the past is to open it up and be as wide as possible. But the truth is that when you do that, you open yourself up to people deciding whenever they want. And the truth is if you let people decide whenever they want, they're likely not going to do it. They take forever. They drag their toes and they do everything else but talk to you, right? Like someone says, hey, we're going to chat soon about me doing taxes with you. And then you don't ever hear from them again. I talk to probably 10 people a day that say that exact same thing to me. Hey, yeah, they said they were going to talk to me soon. I said, when? And they're like, oh, I don't know. They'll get back to me. Well, when? So this helps you right here by having this like little closing sequence. And it could literally be scarcity and urgency, right? Just, hey, I'm just going to take 5 more people this month. Or, I'm going to close this down for like 2 days or so because I want to like honestly work with my clients. And so I might open it back up. I don't know, but like being honest like that helps your clients more than you even know, more than you actually really believe. Okay. Is that helpful? Does that share with you guys kind of how that works? Like that's the marketing strategy that, really what we use over and over. Because here's why it works so well. In every buying cycle, there's 3 types of buyers. Number 1, the people that see something, they want it, they're going to boom right away. They don't see it. They want it, they get it. Right. I know I did that with my truck recently. I just bought a brand new truck. I saw it. The day I saw it, I was like, okay, cool. What do we need to do to make this happen? I'm doing it today. Right. And there's logical buyers. They need more info. They need to see all the websites. They need to see everything you've done, who you've helped, how it's helped them, and all the good stuff, all the bells and whistles, how long you've been in business, right? All the people. And then there's the people that, only buy when you have a discount, only buy when the last day of tax season, right? Those are the types of people, but you need to appreciate and love them, everybody equally. Otherwise, you eliminate all the 3 people that are part of your business, the buying cycle. So when you have a sales mechanism, like what I'm sharing with you, kind of sharing with you that process, you give everybody a chance to buy from you. And once you have these 3 things kind of set up inside of your business, you create a beast marketing machine, like a beast, right? So these things that I just shared with you are exact roadmap that, takes them from where they want them to go in order to buy. Like those are the 3 things you need to take them through. And then it brings you more cash in your pocket. And more importantly, it helps you get prospects to win, right? Now it gives you your leads a straight line to walk down every single time they need help, right? That's important. If everything's different all the time, you create an operational problem like there's no other tomorrow, right? And this is probably the reason why you're on this call, is because you created probably that problem, and it's okay, right? At least now you know that there's a process to the madness, right? There's a method to the madness. It allows them to understand exactly how you can help them and provide them value throughout every step of the process. And at the end of the day, nobody cares about you or me. right? Let's just be honest. Nobody cares that you have a EA or a CPA or you've been in business for 35 plus years, and nobody really cares about that. All they care about is if you're providing them value. That's all they care about. Okay. Now, do you have a systemized process proven to convert cold people into warm leads? And then do you have a proven messaging framework that turns warm prospects into booked appointments? Is there a way that you can communicate with clients in a moment's notice and organize communication so you can know exactly where the client is and what products or what services they've invested in? Like, if you don't have that, do you know how to package your service so it's more valuable? Like with the flip of a switch, and then lastly, do you have like a way that can easily enroll clients? If you don't, then it's time that you need to figure out how to maximize your time. And these things that you put in place will help you maximize the time. Now, I get it. There's a lot of noise out there, and I can recommend, looking for someone who you relate to, right? Someone who actually knows where you are and where you want to be. Now, with numerous student, testimonials and client engagement, like a growing engaged community, or you can like literally just take this training and figure it out on yourself. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you this training just for staying here to the end. And eventually, like I said, you will figure it out. But I promise it's going to cost you probably much more time and money to try to figure out exactly what you're looking for. So if you're interested in just kind of like spending a little bit less time working on tedious tasks instead of automating your marketing arm, creating a lead acquisition system that produces cash for you and results for your clients on autopilot. All right. Now, this is coming from someone that's helped clients generate millions of dollars by packaging, promoting exactly what they want. Now, here's how it's basically this is gonna work. Okay. So I've opened up a few times on my calendar just for us to talk about your business. Nobody else's, just yours. Now, it won't cost you anything. And our team, like, I'm not going to hard sell you, or anybody on our team is not going to hard sell you on anything. In fact, if anyone ever tries to hard sell me, I pretty much never do business with them. How many of you agree with that, right? Like push. Like, here's the thing, here's that, there's that. Like if anybody ever does that to me and I could sense it, I just never do business with them because I know that they don't have my best interest in mind. Right. Now, the goal of this call, like for us to hop on a roadmap call or a breakthrough call, is really just to figure out where you're at and then figure out what roadblocks you're facing based on our 3 tiers, right? There's like basically 3 tiers to help you really scale. From what I've seen from 7-figure tax businesses, there's really 3 systems that you really need to implement into your business. Like they're truncated into 3 systems. And so, it really comes down to client acquisition. And then really, obviously, once you figure that out, you can hire really, really good talent because now you have a way that they can be working and you can pay them what they're worth. And then, it's really all the benefits come from getting better clients. And we call it the virtuous cycle, right? We'll run through your offer, your business model, your current lead gen systems, and then give you some ideas as to improve, right? Our goal is to give you as much value as possible. Now, once we've identified, what can be improved and what can we give you, we'll give you a roadmap. Like literally, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to draw it out for you and say, this is what you need to do. Okay. And it doesn't always include working with us, to be honest with you. Like I said, we're here to help you. And most times it actually we don't work together. That's the truth of the matter. Okay. The majority of people probably won't even qualify to work with us, but we can figure this out together on a call. And only if me and you, or, whoever we get on a call with, decide we're a good fit to move together, then we will, right? Then, and if you're in a position to obviously start seeing results, then we'll show you how we can help. Now, what does this cost? We do require an investment to work with us, right? And our clients make this back sometimes in a week, right? So, or even 30 days, right? This is one of my clients that I had messaged him and how much did you do, right? He was like, made over 50K last month. Tracking all my numbers, probably the hardest thing, right? Which is most of y'all's problems right now too. Now I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in about 7 to 8 years trying to break this down. Some of the best marketing strategies on the earth to push things in your favor. So my goal is really just figure out where you're at, help you identify what's the best thing for you, because not everything is like, most people want to just say it's a Facebook ad, but really it's not. It's we take a holistic approach. We look at your business, see where you're at. What business are you, what are you promoting? What are you looking at? What's your problem right now? And we figure out, okay, based on where you're at, this is where you need to go, right? And that's what I truly believe is a good person that you talk to, or a good like even advisor over a call, that's what they do with you. They don't just like, well, we do Facebook ads. Well, we do taxes, right? If you want to work with the really, really good people, it's going to take a little bit more customization, but they'll pay you handsomely to do it. We want people who are invested in getting results, right? That's what we're looking for. Now, this is who it's for. If you're currently making sales and revenue, and you're actually good at what you do, right? Like I've gotten on some calls where I'm like, come on, man, y'all haven't gotten, you need to get it together. People actually, so this call is for people that actually love helping others and give valuable results above everything else. Above money, they enjoy helping people. Now, however, they do ask for money, right? Like this is who it's looking for, who I'm looking to talk to. And they understand they have to have some skin in the game to do some work, right? It's not just like, hey, I'm just gonna, sit back and enjoy all my money. Because the truth be told, anybody who tells you that, you should probably run for dear life. Like seriously, that's the most scariest thing. Especially like when you talk to someone like in this online world, it can get really weird. I've seen some pretty horrible stories. Now, if that sounds like you, then I want you to book a breakthrough session right now. I want you to go right now below and then just book a breakthrough session. And, obviously due to the schedules, and if I showed you my schedule right now, you'd freak out. You'd be like, oh my gosh, he's taking a lot of calls. So we can only take a couple calls. I've been in this game too long, watching everybody, myself, work too many hours for not enough pay. And burnout is super real. So I really hate people saying, work harder, work more, too hard, or work your face off, right? Like hustle your face off. The really emphasis here should be really, guys, if you're on this and you're listening still at this point, you shouldn't be working harder. You should be working smarter, leveraging systems, leveraging people, leveraging systems, leveraging automations, and then leveraging high paying clients so you can get what you want out of it, which is probably freedom from your business, from having to work, having to be tied down to a chair doing taxes, right? That's what you're really here for, I believe. I don't know. If you're not, then, it's cool. This is some results here. Most of you are probably like, I don't know where to start. It's probably the best place to start. Just hopping on a quick call with us, seeing where we're at. Seems like a lot of work. That's fine. I mean, let's be honest. You don't need to have it all figured out, guys. You really don't. Like if you're just going to get prepared just to get for the sake of getting prepared, it's hard to win. I recommend, if you guys think about it, there's a book that I read that absolutely, I didn't put this in the slides anywhere. I'm just mentioning this to you. There's a book I recommend. It's called Ready, Fire, Aim. And it's basically, I'm not there at that. We're not at that point yet, but like financially, but it's the step-by-step framework that, Agora Financial, which is like $1 billion education business. They share how they went from 0 to 7 figures, 7 to 8 figures, and then 8 figures to $100 million, right? And a year, right? And all the roadblocks. And one of the things is Ready, Fire, Aim. It's basically, you get ready quick, then you fire, then you restructure how you should be doing things. Okay. Now that's what the call's for, just to help you get clarity about what you should be doing right now in your business. Okay. So I want you to schedule a breakthrough session right now. And yeah, so if you haven't, does everybody have the link here? QR code. Okay. So here we go. So if you're still on here and you want to schedule a call with us, then what I want you to do is I want you to just type here in the chat here so I can get you that link. Like I said, the call is absolutely free. There's nothing, I'm not holding anything back. I'm here to give you all, how do we schedule? Let me see here. Let me get a QR code. I think Ruth has this QR code here for me. So if you want to schedule, gotcha. So if you want to schedule a like an easy call here we go. If you're on your phone, you can just use this right here and go ahead and schedule with, this is a breakthrough call right here. Can everyone see this okay? Okay, Jessica wants to schedule a call here. So, so if you're still on here and you want to schedule a call, click on this or like schedule, use this QR code if it works. I want to make sure it works. Or what you could do if it doesn't work, here's what you can do. Just type Y. And what I'll do is I'll take note of everybody and we'll reach out to you individually and hop you on, like, just get on a call together. Okay. Or like, I'll send you the link personally. Okay. Let's see here. Just type Y here. Okay. Danita, chat's disabled. What in the world? I don't know how to undisable chat. I wish I did. In the Q&A, can you just type here in the Q&A, just type Y if you want to book a call, just to see, you know, where we're at and see if we can help you implement this into your business, or at minimum, see where you're at and give you a roadmap as to where to go. Now, for those of you that stuck around, I'm going to actually send everybody here that registered and attended. I'm going to call out your names right here. So I'm going to give you guys all this presentation. I'm going to give you that 9-word email, and I'm going to give you, you know, a few also other trainings that are just amazing. I'll call it the 10K launch post. So I'm being really reserved when I say this, but this one post made me over $40,000 with just one Facebook post. Okay. And so I break it down in a very simple process. And so I'm going to give that to you absolutely free, just for sticking around. So Danita, I'm going to send it over to you. Jessica Mendez, Catherine, Norma, Sandra, the Tax Center Plus, if you can put your name here so I know who I'm talking to. And then Tina, I'm going to send you all over. Alexandra, Janielle, all of you are going to get that right now. Brittany, you're going to get that, the 9-word email, this presentation, the recording, and I'm going to give you, like I said, I'm going to give you my launch post. So basically it's the exact way that I make a post that generates me income almost every time. Okay. So I hope that helps you all out. I'm going to stick around here just to answer. Let me see here if I can help out with the chat here. Congratulations. Oh, Jessica, congratulations for scheduling a call. Anybody else? If you're scheduling a call, why? Oh, why? No, the letter Y, not why, like you're curious. Congratulations. By the way, if you're scheduling a call, congratulations. I mean, I'm like, congratulations. Seriously, it's that next level. Really, if you're here still, it's because you're trying to look for that next step in your business to grow. Jessica, congratulations. Oh my gosh, I got a bunch of appointments. So yeah, so like I mentioned, if you're here, it's because you're still looking for a way to grow. Danita, hey, can Ruth or Rich, can you please get Danita a breakthrough call link so that she can schedule a breakthrough call link, right? So like I said, if you're still on here, I appreciate you, Janelle, Alexandra, Brittany, Danita, Catherine. I think we talked, right, Danita? Yeah, awesome. Oh, we just chatted. Awesome. Catherine, Norma, Sandra, Tina, if you're still on here, I appreciate you. And I'm so happy that you guys stayed on. Like I said, I'm going to give you this presentation. I'm going to give you my 9-word email. I'm going to give you my launch post at work. And then I'm also going to give you, this recording as well. So with that being said, everyone, thank you so much for attending this training. I don't want to take too much more of y'all's time. I know I went over, I thought it was going to be 45 minutes, but I didn't. So thank you all so much. And so Danita needs a link here, Ruth. And then let's see here. So there we go. So if you want to schedule a call, let's just hop on a call, see where you're at, see if we can help you. If we can, we'll talk about how, we'll talk about the price, we'll talk about, everything in between. Alexandra, congratulations. I'll just stay on. If you're trying to schedule a call right now, you're still on here, schedule the call. Congratulations. Actually, by the way, so I'll even do something greater because you guys are all on here. If you're still on here, here's what I'm going to do for you. If you're still on here and you schedule a call, here's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm gonna do something actually crazy because it's only 9 of us. I've never done this before. If you're on this call and you schedule a call, here's what I'll do for you. I'm gonna give you a training, okay? Oh man, there's another one going through. Okay, another one scheduled. All right, wait, hold on. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do for you before you jump off, okay? So if you're on this call right now, I'm gonna do something I've never done before. So I will actually write out your post for you, your 10K post. You tell me who you want to help, what you want to help them do. I'm going to actually sit down with you and write it out for you. Okay, I'll use my best copywriting. I'll come 100% to the call. And if it's not on this call, you know, if we don't work together, whether we do or we don't, I'm still going to do that for you for scheduling a call. All right. Now just make sure you mention that. I'm going to actually do it for the next 2 people that are on here that's scheduled. So let me see here. Jonielle, Alexandra, congratulations. I'm going to do this for you, both of you. All right. So if I get you guys all to here to schedule, I'm going to be freaked out. I'm going to have to work hard. You're going to make me work. Okay. So if you schedule a call, but you have to make sure you show up. If you don't show up to the call, I can't help you. I really can't help you. So you got to show up. Okay, cool. So we got 1, 2, 3. Good. I mean, oh my gosh, you got congratulations. Tina, let me see here. How do we get Tina? So sent link to Danita. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. I'm going to stay on here. Like I said, what I'm going to do for you, the next person, the next people that register or sign up for this appointment. Let me see. Jessica's going to get it. Alexandra, Jonielle. I'm going to actually write this post for you. Okay. I'm going to sit with you and write this post, and I'm going to freaking put it to work for you. Okay. So just because I want to see where you're at, I want to help you, right? That's all it's about. Whether we do or we don't work together, I still want to help you. So if you schedule a call and you actually have to show up, if you don't show up to this call, I mean, there's nothing I can do for you. Be realistic. Okay. Danita. Awesome. Good to have you. I think we chatted already, Danita, but hey, look, it's cool. I'm cool to talk again, see where you're at. It's all cool. All love. I want to see what's going on. What are we getting again? Okay, cool. So just for staying here, by the way, I'm getting the recording. You're getting the recording. You're getting my 9-word email, which is my best performing email to get high ticket clients easily, right? My launch post, what I used to generate $40,000 just with one post, I gave it to David. I think he generated, I'm going to be kind of like low end of it, but he generated $76,000 in cash collected with in 19 days with the same post. Okay. So it's crazy. And then you're going to get the recording of this. And I'm also going to give you this presentation as well. Okay. That's what you're going to get. And then the people that just scheduled and showed up to their call, that's going to show up. I'm going to also write this post out with you. I'm going to write out your launch post. But you're going to have to come obviously correct with, tell me who you want to help, what you want to help them do, and then we'll write it together. Probably not on this call. This call is really just to see where you're at. But, we'll have to schedule a different call. So I'm going to tell you who's got this right now, who's got access to this. So Jessica, I'm going to do this for Jessica, Alexandra, Jonielle, and Danita. Okay. So I'm going to do this for you absolutely free. Okay. No cost to you, even if we don't. David just jumped on. Congratulations, David. Awesome. Welcome, just jumping on. Hope you hop on a call with us. Okay, cool. So perfect, Danita, perfect. Okay, cool. So Alexandra, how do I get on a call with you? Why? All right, cool. So let me see here. Good. Well, if you already scheduled a call and you don't have any other questions, you're free to go. I mean, I'm excited to see what I can do for you, how I can support you, and how I can serve you at the highest level. Excited to talk with you. So Jonielle, David, hi, welcome. Alexandra, Brittany, Danita, Catherine, Norma, Tina. So I know Tina said that she needed a link. So team, if you can make sure you get Tina a link to hop on a call. Again, this is what you're going to get just for showing up, staying to the end. And this is what you're going to get for showing up, staying to the end, and booking a call. Check this out. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you differently what you get for booking a call. So number one, you're going to get this recording. Okay. You're going to get this recording. Number two, here's what you're going to get. So you're going to get this recording. You're going to get the presentation that I just did with you. Okay. Number three, you're going to get my 9-word email, the best email that I've ever created to help get clients. And it's so simple, literally like 9 words. Okay. Number three, number four, I'm going to give you the launch post that I use to generate over $40,000. Right. It's like, like a product offer post. Basically. It's like announcement. Here I am. This is what I'm going to do. Oh, look at that. Norma just scheduled. Congratulations, Norma. Awesome. Very, very cool. Okay. You guys are out of control. I love it. Okay. And then for those of you just scheduled right now, I'm going to write this for you. I'm going to literally write your post for you. It's what I, used, David used. He can actually he's on here, so he can actually say, Danita, thanks for an awesome presentation. Love it. Glad you're on. So David, if you're on, I mean, you can answer here, but this one post, this launch post, or, you know, he did a different post, but I'll actually share with you his different posts. But this one post actually generated him, I think, well over 70,000, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I don't know, but we had talked about it. He did pretty well with it. And so I'm actually going to write this for you. I'm going to do that for you. Okay. In addition to everything I'm going to give you, I'm going to do it for you. Okay. Awesome. So appreciate everybody for hopping on. We're already 15 minutes over. If you're still on and you need the link, just text us back to that same number that got you here. And just say, hey, I need a link to schedule. I'm ready. Right. And let's just hop on a call, see where you're at. Okay. Awesome. Well, appreciate everybody on here. You guys are rock stars in a sexy voice. Do it for me, Dad. Do it. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody and girls. Appreciate everybody. Bye-bye.